Hello, Chase Parnas here, back at it with the Week 4 reflection, and let's get it kicked off. So first question, this week's reading is very much about place. How is the UA similar to your own history and sense of place? How is it different? So I'll start it off with how it's similar. I came from Chicago, Illinois, so there are a lot of differences, but I think that the main similarity is honestly the school aspect. I think that my high school prepared me for college in a great way, and I had many teachers similar to here that really want the best for me, and they want to see me succeed and achieve all my goals. So I love that, and it makes me a lot more motivated to actually come to class and be able to do my work. Because a lot of kids would, look at like a gen ed class as just like a big waste of time. But I don't think it's the material that they're trying to teach you. It's the skills and things that you come away with the class, not necessarily related to the material, but the skills you come away with that you can take on to something more meaningful to you, like your major. So I think that is the biggest similarity, and honestly the only one that I can think of off the top of my head right now. But moving on to the differences aspect, first of all, I think like the weather is a crazy factor, and the fact that when winter rolls around and I'm in school, I feel like I'm a lot more down, and I don't know if depressed is the right word, but I'm definitely more unmotivated to do my work just because, it's cold out, you can't go outside and hang out with your friends and, go play basketball or do something fun and athletic. You're locked up in the house, and sometimes you can get in your own head with that. And I think here, it's a lot more motivating to do work, not only with the teachers, but it's always bright, it's always sunny, the vibes are just great here, and I think that just motivates me to do work right there. I get home from school, I like to crank my homework, and then I've got the whole rest of the day and the night ahead of me. Luckily for me, I get out around noon, do homework for a couple hours, and I can go do whatever with my friends, and that's been something crucial to me, that was finding a routine and balance between having fun and getting my schoolwork done. So I think that, hang on 1 second, let me just pull back up the questions. Sorry. Yo, what's your password, boss? 369. There we go. Sorry about that. And yeah, that's a big difference. The weather aspect, I think going along with that, I think that just always having something to do back at home, there's not always something going on where your friends are right across from you in the hall, or they're right a dorm down for you, or whatever the case is. I think that there's always things to be going on, always things to say yes to, and I don't necessarily think that that's always a good thing, just because it can get distracting with work and everything, and if you say yes too many times and get caught behind, then you're in a spot where you're trying to dig yourself back up, and that's something that I've been trying to stay away from, and that's why I hinted at earlier, having a routine for me is very important. So I guess that can kind of go along with the similarities, was that back at home I had a very similar routine where I'd get home from school, I'd get my homework done, but instead of being able to go out and enjoy the amazing campus and the amazing weather and meet new people, I was in my room playing video games or doing whatever to kind of spare time or hitting the gym, which is also here at U of A, which I love to take advantage of. But that pretty much wraps up question 1. So I'm going to get into question 2. What are some of the most important parts of your own history that you want to be sure to bring into the experience of UA? So I think first of all, back in Illinois, back where I'm from, I think that something that I really grew up on and a base that I've had of morals was to always, no matter what, undoubtedly love your family and always have their back no matter what. And it was just something that they would show to me even from a little kid all the way up until now. Even when as a little kid I wouldn't even really realize it, but now growing up, I see how much they care for me and how much they support me. And I kind of think that going forward, I kind of took the approach to try to do that with not only my family, but also my friends that, I truly care about. And I think that that's something that I want to bring to UA, and because there's a lot of amazing people here to meet, and I think that they deserve a person to have their back and as well have my back. And I think that's super important to have a group that you can really connect with here, because it's not always easy to do things by yourself, and sometimes it's impossible to do things by yourself. So you need to always, have that support. And so even if it's something as small as, you need to ask your friend for some help on, some homework or to help study with, it always helps to just have an extra person there that can help and support you. So question 3, in addition to its land grant admission, UA also engages in a significant amount of research each year, including a lot of undergraduate research. What does the word research mean to you outside of your classes? In what ways might you engage in research while at UA? So the word research for me kind of is, the first thing that comes to my mind is being curious. I think that it's somewhat hard to learn about something that you don't necessarily care about, but I think that when there's curiosity behind it, researching can actually be interesting and fun. And I think that research is super crucial for every aspect of life. I think that it betters everyone, and it's how you make advancements in anything. So I think research is very valuable. And some of the research that I think that I'm going to try to engage with is, I took a marketing class sophomore year of high school, and I really found it interesting and something that I had a slight passion for. And I really didn't have a lot of other, interest in courses like math and English and science and so forth. But marketing was the one thing that kind of interested me, and it kind of caught my eye. So that's why I majored in business, and I'm a pre-Eller student. So I think that doing research here, it's probably going to be aligned with my major and going along with the business aspect, and most likely focusing on marketing. So I think that I'm going to be engaging with that. And this kind of relates to, I already saw question 4, so I'm going to read that one really fast. Based on the library quiz, what kind of researcher are you? From last week, what resources do you think you could utilize from the library to support your research skills? So I know for a fact that the online textbooks that I've been using have been super helpful for multiple quizzes, just studying purposes, and etc. So I think that the online textbooks are also really nice, but there's something also about actually going into the library and reading some of the books there that have to align with marketing in my major. So I think that that's a great resource to use for studying purposes, or just trying to gain new vocabulary for your subject so that you can actually talk about it and have deep conversations with your professor or your students or whatever. So I think that's a great resource. I think especially online, I mean, most of the time you can type in a lot of stuff over the internet and gain a lot of knowledge from that too. So I think that that's crucial. And I also think that the think tank, I'm not sure if this really counts toward using the library resources, but the think tank's been super helpful for me as well, because I always feel that when I have someone that's face to face with me and really talking me through what I'm reading or what I'm studying or whatever I'm working on, I think that helps me retain the knowledge a lot better. So think tanks, another one, and then even just going to the library with your friends and getting work done there and using each other as resources, using books as resources, figuring out things together. I think that's what really counts. So I'm going to continue to do that throughout my 4 years at U of A, and hopefully all these things can make me more successful here and make life more enjoyable here at University of Arizona. And that pretty much wraps up my response. And yeah, peace out. Thank you.